Southern Maryland is where I learned how to write songs and perform songs and be in bars, so this is really my start to everything. This is where music started for me. So it's always nice to come back and get to see the people who've been around for a while and supported my music for a while, so I always love coming back home. You know, every night that it's packed and there's a lot of people, it's a surprise to us, and we're thankful for a lot of rooms because, I mean, we've played to nobody, and we never forget those feelings, and that's why we've always just had that mentality of, you know, one at a time. If we can just get one person to like what we're doing, you know, tonight. So the road home's always a sweet road home, but I feel like it's also a very humbling road to me, you know. Southern Maryland has always kept me grounded. It's always been something that's kept me in check. And I think that the traveling everywhere that we go, you know, and doing what we get to do, I think that it's easy for any musician to get lost in somewhat of those sorts of things, but Southern Maryland has definitely made me the roots person that I am, and so coming home is always my refresher. It's always what I call a soul feeder. It reminds me of why I'm doing what I'm doing in the first place, and so coming home is always the most humbling trip, always. So I'm thankful to be here. I've got it on my skin. I'm super proud of being from this state and from this area. It's taught me to be the man that I am. So I think this year we're going to be at, you know, at least 20 to 25 different states that we're touring. And, you know, as far as music, I'm constantly working on it and constantly working on stuff. And we have some new music getting ready to release soon. And we've been dealing with the politics of Nashville for a little while. So that's been something, you know, that's been fun to learn, is the business sense of how Nashville works. So, you know, dealing with that has been fun. But we're definitely gonna have some new stuff, which I'm excited about. Honestly, as a songwriter, Nashville has helped quite a bit, because now being signed as a songwriter down in Nashville, I write every day. Whereas before, when I was at home, you know, we toured constantly and there wasn't a set schedule. And that's kind of what Nashville has done for me, is every day from 11 to whenever I write songs for a job. So it's helped me as a songwriter. It's taught me a whole bunch, not to mention I get to be in a community of songwriters that are just incredible. So it's basically my college. I was a 14-year-old kid that wanted to learn how to play guitar, and you know, my dad's blue collar. He worked at Smecco for years, and you know, when we lived out in Kansas for a little while, he was a power lineman out there too. So you know, he worked and earned for every dollar that he had. And you know, getting a guitar package wasn't something that came just extremely easy. My first want of playing guitar, I learned in school very early that the guys that sang and played guitar, you know, had a lot of friends, and they also had a lot of girlfriends. So I went to my dad and I said, hey, you know, I'd like to have a guitar. And he goes, well, you know, like I said, he's blue collar. He earned everything that he has. And he goes, well, if you want a guitar, borrow one from one of your friends and show me that you have the initiative to learn how to play. And he goes, and learn some music with substance. Now, my dad had me when he was almost 40 years old, like he was 39. So his substance music is Elvis Presley, Roy Orbison, Sam Cooke, Benny King, Willie Nelson, George Jones. That's what my dad listened to. I went and I learned some old soul stuff, and I sang him a Sam Cooke song called Bring It On Home, and I still sing that song to this day. And that's what got me my first guitar, and ultimately led me to meet Gene, who's my bass player, Mike, who's my guitar player, Ron, who recorded some of my first records over at Night Sky Studio. It really was just a chain link of events in this area that led me to do everything that I'm doing currently. So this has happened twice. First time we pull into a truck stop, and Mike, my guitar player, is a very quiet, discreet fella. He doesn't really talk much, you know, so we're in a van or a bus or whatever, and you know, we make stops so we can go get coffee or whatever. And this first time we stopped, Joe was driving and Mike was in there, and yeah, we were in New Hampshire, and Mike was in the truck stop, and I guess he took a little bit longer than what all of us thought he would take, and we thought he was in the van with us, and he was not, and Joe drove off, and Joe drove far, like it was far, and Mike left his cell phone in the van. So Mike fortunately has what we call his wife a unicorn. She's like the sweetest woman ever. She's completely understanding of what we do, which as a woman is not a very easy thing. And he called her, and of course Cheryl has Gene's number saved for these kinds of situations, and she called Gene, and fortunately Gene was awake and had his phone on, and we had to turn around, but we left Mike there for a while. It was a long time. It was a long time. And then last night we were coming in, and everybody would expect Joe to do that because that's Joe. But last night we were driving in, and Gene was in the driver's seat, and we stopped into some truck stop off 40. I think we were somewhere near like Knoxville. Well, we get into the gas station truck stop area, and Gene got distracted with a couple of guys at the register because they recognized us, recognized the music. So Gene was going to get him another CD, brought him back a CD. Gene got back in the van. He was so excited because we're not rock stars. Like still get so excited every time. Anybody gets excited about our music, it makes us excited. I don't think that's ever going to be an old feeling for me ever. So Gene gets back in the van. He's amped up. You know, he's like, man, we are out on 40 at some random truck stop. What are the odds that these guys like our music and are like so excited to meet us? So Gene is in his amped stage, just drives off. Well, we're going down the road, and it's like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in this random truck stop. Going down the road, and then Mike hits up Gene. He's like, dude, you left me here again. So Mike has been left at 2 truck stops. It was amazing to look out and see the faces that have been watching me. They've literally watched me grow up. You know, I've been playing music here since I was 16. I just turned 30. So, you know, for 14 years, these people have watched me grow up. They've watched me have a daughter. They've watched me, you know, do so many different things. And for them to still be with me after all these years, it's just something that I'll never take for granted. And it's amazing to experience that. I'm extremely thankful for everybody who has supported us along the way and given us this journey. This is an opportunity that only God and those people could make possible. It has nothing to do, if anybody knows me, and I'm sure if everybody who follows me, they know that I'm not about the glitter. I'm not about the big PR firm or the big record label or the big management team. I've always been about the people who are willing to spend their hard-earned money and come out and see me in places play music. Without them, we all would be jobless. And I know myself and my band, it's something that we never forget. We are created because of those people who go and work their 40, 50, 60 hours a week and decide that they want to come and listen to music and buy a couple beers and have fun in life for a little while and watch us play music. So I'm thankful for everybody who supports us and has been supporting us or is just getting ready to start to support us. You know, it's always going to be, all my gratefulness will always be to God and the people who allow me to do what I love. So. Last month we did 9 states. This month we're doing 7 states. Next month I think we're doing 11 states to 12 states. So we're, you know, just touring a lot and trying to get out as much as we can. You know, I'm still independent. I haven't signed a record deal currently by choice. And, you know, if the right deal comes along where it fits myself, my band, and the people who have supported me since the beginning, then I'll probably sign it, but until then, we're just going to keep trucking and trying to do what we've done since the beginning, which is one person at a time and try to keep growing this thing. So the next couple months, that's just our plan, to keep writing the best music we can write, work as hard as we can work, and just stay out there on the road and keep trying to make, you know, family. I don't have fans. I hate that word because, I mean, as independent artists, everybody who works hard all week and then decides to give us a 10 or 20 or $25, that ultimately pays me, pays for my family, pays for my band, pays for their family. So they're family. So trying to find more family members to join the movement that we're doing here.
Somebody make some damn noise out there.